This is an epic story of courage, innovation and tragedy from the icy waters of the North Sea to the sun-drenched Med. Join us as we explore how this legendary ship and its heroic crew adapted, innovated and persevered through it all. So let's dive in. HMS Ark Royal, the ship they say Hitler couldn't sink. Hi everyone and welcome back to the Jaxom Talks channel. Today, we're diving into the incredible and at times tragic story of one of the most famous ships of World War II, HMS Ark Royal. This isn't just a story about a ship. It's a saga of innovation, relentless action and a vessel that for a time seemed almost invincible. So grab a cuppa, settle in, because we're about to explore why the Ark Royal truly earned its legendary status as the ship they say Hitler couldn't sink. Let's set the scene. It's the mid-1930s. The world is teetering on the brink of another major conflict, and naval warfare is undergoing a massive transformation. Battleships had long been the queens of the sea, but a new contender was emerging, the aircraft carrier. Enter the HMS Ark Royal, an audacious class aircraft carrier laid down in 1935 and launched in 1937. This wasn't just another ship. She was revolutionary. Unlike earlier carriers that were often converted liners or cruisers, Ark Royal was designed from the keel up as an aircraft carrier. She was a sleek, modern vessel, displacing over 22,000 tons and capable of carrying up to 60 aircraft. Her most distinctive feature: a two-level hangar system, allowing for more aircraft storage and quicker operations. She was fast too, capable of over 30 knots, essential for keeping up with a battle fleet. Her air group typically consisted of ferry swordfish torpedo bombers, those iconic biplanes. These looked like they belonged in an earlier era, but they still packed a serious punch. They also had the Blackburn skewers, dive bombers that could double up as fighters. The Royal Navy had high hopes for her, and she was commissioned just months before the outbreak of World War II in November 1938. Little did anyone know just how quickly she'd be thrown into the thick of it. When war was declared in September 1939, the Ark Royal wasted no time. She was immediately deployed to hunt down German U-boats, and within days, her aircraft scored a significant first for the war. On September 14, 1939, a squadron of Ark Royal's Blackburn skewers attacked U-39. While the bombs failed, the U-boat was forced to surface and was subsequently sunk by the escorting destroyers. It was the first U-boat sunk by the Royal Navy in World War II, and Ark Royal's aircraft played a crucial role. Her early career was a whirlwind. She was involved in operations off Norway, supporting Allied troops and engaging German forces. She was in the thick of the action, often under heavy aerial attack, and it was here, during these intense early months, that the legend began to grow. German propaganda repeatedly, and falsely, claimed to have sunk the Ark Royal. Time and time again, the Germans reported her destruction, sometimes even providing evidence that was quickly disproven. This gave rise to her famous moniker, the ship Hitler couldn't sink. But it wasn't just about propaganda. In July 1940, with France fallen, the Royal Navy was faced with a terrible dilemma: what to do with the French fleet and to prevent it from falling into German hands. Operation Catapult was launched, a controversial but necessary action to neutralize French warships. Ark Royal was heavily involved in the attack on the French fleet, with her aircraft attacking French ships. It was a grim duty, but a testament to the carrier's central role in naval operations. If the Ark Royal had achieved legendary status before, her role in the hunt for the German battleship Bismarc in May 1941 cemented her place in naval history. The Bismarc was the pride of the German Navy, a colossal, heavily armed warship that posed a grave threat to Atlantic convoys. After sinking HMS Hood, the Royal Navy launched a desperate, all-out pursuit. The Ark Royal, operating in the Atlantic, was tasked with finding and neutralizing this monstrous threat. The weather was appalling, making flying incredibly difficult. Yet, on May 26th, after days of searching, the Ark Royal's ferry swordfish torpedo bombers launched their attack. These slow biplane torpedo bombers were considered obsolete by many, but their low speed and maneuverability made them incredibly difficult targets for Bismarck's anti-aircraft guns. Into waves, the swordfish pressed home their attack. One torpedo struck the Bismarck near her stern, jamming her rudders. This was the critical blow. The mighty Bismarck was now unable to steer effectively, forced to steam in circles. The following morning, the crippled Bismarck was engaged by the Royal Navy battleships HMS King George V and HMS Rodney, along with cruisers. Unable to maneuver or defend herself properly, she was quickly overwhelmed and sunk. The Ark Royal's aircraft had delivered the fatal wound, turning the tide of the entire chase. It was a triumph of air power and a defining moment for the carrier. With the Bismarck gone, Ark Royal continued her relentless service, primarily in the vital and incredibly dangerous Mediterranean. Here, she became a lifeline for the beleaguered island of Malta, escorting convoys through seas infested with German and Italian aircraft and U-boats. These were some of the most intense naval operations of the war, known as the Malta convoys. Ark Royal's aircraft provided crucial air cover, fighting off waves of enemy bombers and fighters, often outnumbered but never outmatched. Her pilots and crew were pushed to their limits, facing constant danger. That said, even a ship as legendary as the Ark Royal couldn't defy the fates forever. On November 13, 1941, while returning from another Malta convoy, she was struck by a single torpedo from the German submarine U-81. The damage was severe. Despite heroic efforts by her crew to save her, the Ark Royal began to list heavily. The structural damage was too extensive. After hours of valiant struggle, the order was given to abandon ship. Amazingly, only one man was lost in the sinking. This is a testament to the discipline and courage of her crew. On November 14, 1941, the HMS Ark Royal, the ship Hitler couldn't sink, finally succumbed to the waves, rolling over and sinking stern first off Gibraltar. Her loss was a huge blow to British morale, but her legacy was already secured. The Ark Royal's service life was short, just 3 years, but it was packed with more action, more drama and more heroism than many ships see in decades. She was a pioneer, a symbol of British resilience, and a testament to the growing power of naval aviation. Her legend lives on, not just in the history books, but in the hearts of those who remember her valiant service. She proved that the aircraft carrier was the future of naval warfare, and her actions, especially in the hunt for the Bismarc, changed the course of the war. So the next time you hear about the incredible ships of World War II, take a moment to remember the Ark Royal, the ship that defied all odds, fought with unwavering courage and left an indelible mark on history. Thank you for joining me on this dive into the story of HMS Ark Royal. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe to Jaxom Talks for more historical journeys, and let me know in the comments what other ships or historical events you'd like me to cover. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you on then.